I was wearing light blue cropped slacks, a navy floral blouse, navy pumps. I was carrying my Tumi navy laptop bag, minus the laptop, and shopping bags full of the contents of my desk. My hands were on the straps. My eyes were straight ahead, and I was determined to walk out with my head held high. On the inside, I was searching for answers, for any logic to this whatsoever. I was wondering if anyone was watching from the windows. I took the stairs in my pumps, just like I always did. The guys with the boxes took the elevator. I held the handrail a little tighter than normal to make sure that my knees didn't buckle. Stunned, hurt, pissed, in complete disbelief. And I kept wondering, what is next? What is the next thing that I do? Where should I drive? What do I say? How am I going to fix this? Good morning. Day 9 of Turquoise Rising. Pressure does not change who you are. It reveals who you are. And if you let it, pressure ends up making you better. The first calls came in once I got home. A mentor who had been consulting with the company called to check on me. I was surprisingly eager to take that call, but when she asked what happened, it became so clear that I really did not have an answer. Without screaming, "This is bullshit," I was completely falling over my words. A team member who was also a friend called. She was in such a tough spot. The company had just let go of her boss and close friend. She was getting calls from industry people asking why. She did not have the answer either. She was incredibly supportive, and it was just terribly awkward. A respected industry person called. She was very kind and understanding. And the other executive director, one they had let go a few weeks before me, she called. She was gold. So great. Already hired by another company. She had a list of recruiters and tech companies hiring, and she handed me everything. So I dusted off my resume and I started reaching out. But every recruiter call hit the same wall. Nothing was speaking to me. I was beginning to realize I was a bit done. This was a turning point for me. I could not get myself to go through the motions again. I was exhausted, I was frozen, and I knew something had to change. The other place I froze was in my creative work. I'd been frozen for years, and I didn't even know it. I always made it so big, too big. At first month, everything felt big as well. I knew I wanted to write, and I knew I finally had some time to do it. But I just couldn't do it. I would take out the journal, and there would be this weird aversion to putting anything in it. The coffee was there, I was in the chair, I was ready, and nothing would happen. It was so scary to fail at being creative because I always had this deep belief that I had this within myself, and I had nothing to show for it. The freeze finally broke when I realized I could voice record. Walking and talking was so much more manageable than pen and paper. A little bit every day that I could commit to. One sunrise at a time with Rico in tow. I did not have to tackle a whole lifetime in one giant project, just a little bit every day. And let me be real and honest, the conversation with myself also went like this. How can I multitask and write, see the sunrise, get my steps in, walk my dog, and process my life all before 7:30 in the morning? Because that's just how I'm wired. Then came the recruiter call I will never forget. We were going through the usual, what are you looking for? What is available? I was stressing ethical providers, integrity and leadership, and he understood me. Then he mentioned one opportunity and told me one of the first questions they will ask you is how many admissions you think you can bring in. In behavioral health, ethical providers do not lead with that question. I ended the call. Is this what this is going to come down to, is what I was thinking. Working with a provider I do not respect for a paycheck. And the answer came back as a profound no. I was truly open if a real opportunity came along, but I was going to have to make something happen myself. That was really clear, and I was pretty relieved. A part of me was ready to try something new, something exciting, and something all mine to create. Here's the biggest thing pressure revealed about me. I cannot tolerate confusion any longer. I had tolerated so much of it in work, in love, in relationships. There was a man that I had been seeing on and off for years. He came on really strong after a long time apart. We traveled, we went on trips, dinners, dates. We were having so much fun. He met some of my family, I met his. He bought us matching rings. I thought it was going well. Truly though, there was never a real conversation about a future. And I was uncomfortable with that, but I didn't bring it up. One day he was dropping me off and just blurted out, I don't think I can give you what you want. I was so shocked. But I stayed really calm and I said, okay. And he said, you're just gonna say okay? And I'm like, well, what else would you expect me to say? I was honestly dumbfounded. 2 years later, he texted. He was in town, he wanted to meet. We met. He asked me to forgive him. I said, I can tell you that I forgive you, but it ultimately matters how you show up. You told me that you could not give me what I wanted without ever asking me what that was. You made me feel very confused. And it turns out, I really do not like to feel confused. What I am requiring in life now is clarity and consistency. I've come to understand that not only am I enough, I have never been too much. Here is what that looks like today. Rico is sick. He's been sick for days, and I've been going 100 miles an hour with my launch, private life. A close friend just lost her mom, and I've been trying to be there for her. And I've been stretched super thin. I woke up this morning, looked at my little buddy, and I said, that's it. I'm staying home. Completely home. Completely present. We were both eating bland pulled chicken and rice. I'm going to be both present and here for both of us because I truly need a break too. Once I made the decision to disconnect today, I realized how much I needed it. I'm picking up my camera and I'm only writing today. Everything else can wait. What a change for me. Months ago, I could not write at all. Now I write to feel better. I write to feel connected. I write as a reward for my hard work. I am different now. And that started the day everything I had been counting on stopped working. This is day 9, 90 days live and unfiltered. If you're in your own reinvention, come walk with Rico and I. Subscribe below and rise out loud.